shared any images of your penis with anyone?
Yeah.
Okay. And how many times would you say you've done that?
A lot.
A former San Diego sheriff's deputy is heading to prison for more than a decade after being sentenced this afternoon for sexually abusing underage girls.
Jaylen Devin, formerly a member of the county sheriff's jail and court services unit, was arrested last year following an investigation that revealed that he engaged in sex acts with a 14-year-old girl.
Can I ask, is this something I should have lawyers on?
So right now, and I'll go over the Bahila with you, we're investigating allegations that were made that you were communicating with a younger female on Snapchat and potentially some material might have been shared.
Okay.
Some photos, some images, stuff like that. So we, of course, want to be able to hear what happened from your side, if that in fact did occur, or if it didn't occur, we want to always...
Everyone that I talked to, was about my age, I remember.
Okay. So who have you talked to?
My wife. This was back then when I had Tinder. So I did meet some people on Tinder and stuff. Everyone should have been older than that to know of because Tinder's 18 and up.
Okay. Did you ever meet up with anyone that you met on Tinder?
On Tinder? My ex-girlfriend, yeah. And we dated for like 3 years.
Okay, what's your ex-girlfriend's name? So you met her on Tinder, but you dated for 3 years after Tinder?
So I met her on Tinder in college when I was playing baseball and we dated for about 3 years.
Well, you clearly don't know the concept of Tinder.
I was on Tinder long, yeah.
Okay, so how old were you then when you dated her?
Oh, shoot. Maybe like 20. About 20 or 20, yeah.
And how old was she?
Same age. She was my age, yeah.
Okay. So, yes, on Tinder, when you were on Tinder, and forgive me, I'm not very well versed on Tinder, do you have a username there as well?
Shoot, I can't remember. It might have just been Jaylen or Jaylen or something like that.
Okay. So J-A-Y?
Yeah, probably Jaylen, to be honest. J-A-Y-L-E-N.
Do you ever go by Jay?
Friends call me Jay once in a while.
Alright. Okay, so Tinder, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, any other social media sites that you've delved into or used?
No, other social.
Okay. Alright.
I met girls on Tinder and stuff back in the day. And yeah, some save stuff, but I don't know who would save a picture like that. A dude, maybe, yeah, would save. Not that one.
And there's nothing wrong with this photo, right? It's just
No,
you.
I agree. I don't know how it would get in the hands of a younger person. I don't know.
Okay. There were also some conversations that were exchanged between you and this person.
Me? Mm-hmm. Okay. I didn't talk to anybody younger, though.
Not on Snapchat?
No.
Not recently?
Not recently, no.
He tells multiple 12-year-old girls, do you have any younger friends who are interested in older men? I'll give you money to hook me up with them.
He had also contacted numerous other underage girls over social media with aims of meeting up for sex.
He had asked her about soliciting younger friends, and she mentioned a 9-year-old friend. The defendant got excited about that prospect and tried to convince her to talk her 9-year-old friend into having a threesome with him.
The case involved 4 victims between the ages of 12 and 14. But prosecutors allege Jaylen contacted more than 40 others who described themselves as minors. Investigators were unable to track them all down to verify whether they were underage.
So this picture right here.
Yeah, that's definitely me with the gross one.
Okay, so this picture right here, how old were you when it was taken?
Shoot, I don't know, 20?
20? Okay. Have you ever used this picture on any social media site?
I think it was Snapchat back in the day, yeah.
Okay. Alright. Have you ever shared this picture with anybody on Snapchat?
Yeah, probably with my wife, to be honest. Obviously I talked to other girls back in the day too, but I can't remember.
Okay. If you had to guesstimate how many times you may have shared the photo, how many times?
That one, maybe just a couple times, once or twice.
Okay, so definitely to your wife.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've used that photo for your wife, and you were about 20 years old in the photo. You did share it on Snapchat, and then maybe some other girls you were talking to?
Yeah, this was a long time ago, so I don't really remember who it was.
Okay. Have you ever posted it as like your profile photo, or
no, that one,
ever
no.
posted on Instagram? Oh, I forgot to ask you, are your accounts, is your Instagram and your Facebook, are they private?
They are, yeah.
Okay, and I know Snapchat is all private, right? You have to add somebody.
Yeah, I believe I had that, yeah.
I know as an athlete, sometimes when I would do my usernames and stuff, I would kind of use a combination of my things that I know about myself, right? So that way I wouldn't forget it. So this particular picture came from an account with this username, right? J178211. Okay. And I recognize that your jersey name in college was 17.
Yes, it was.
And then high school was 82. And it was 11. In 2011.
I never had 11.
No, as far as you graduated in 2011.
I did, yeah.
And it goes by Jay. And it is a Snapchat account that has some links to you.
Okay.
Okay. Jay, I'll be very honest. I want to know the truth.
Yeah, no, I never even heard of that account.
Okay. Have you ever shared any images of your penis with anyone?
Yeah.
And how many times would you say you've done that?
A lot.
Can you kind of explain that a little bit more to me?
I mean, my wife, my ex-girlfriend, back in the day, Tinder and stuff, yeah. I mean, I'm sure you know how Tinder is. High school, even, junior high.
Did you ever share any videos of you having sex with anyone?
With anyone? No. I've always had personal videos of me and my wife. That was it. And my ex actually had one, but...
I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with me for this long. I can imagine that obviously being confronted with any level of questions can be uncomfortable, so I do appreciate that you've allowed us to speak with you even for this long. Okay, so with the next step, however, I'm going to go ahead and pull some documents here for you. So there are a few steps that we're going to be taking after this. Again, you are not being detained by us or anything, but we are acting on behalf of the court moving forward. Okay. So I will give you a chance to read through this. This is a search warrant that was granted this afternoon by a judge. The warrant does allow us to grab some DNA swabs from you. As well as any mobile devices that might be in your possession or potentially in your locker. Do you have your personal phone with you here?
I do have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it inside your locker?
It's on my person right now.
Okay. So if you want to go ahead and hand it to us, we definitely don't need to go in and grab it from you. But the search warrant does require that we take it from you. Okay. Additionally, it does allow us to have access to your vehicle. Is your vehicle parked here?
It's parked a few blocks away.
Okay. Do you remember exactly where you parked it?
It's over across from Cap's Pizza over there.
Cap's Pizza?
Yeah.
And is it like in a parking
It's in a parking lot.
Okay. Is it like one of those paid parking lots?
Yeah.
Okay. So Cap's Pizza. Put a note on that. So the warrant does allow for us to also process your vehicle.
You guys are going to take my vehicle?
No, we're going to process it here. So that we actually have someone here that's going to help us take some pictures and just go ahead and do what needs to be done so we don't have to. We recognize that warrants are a part of our job, but we don't like to inconvenience people unnecessarily. So that's why we actually brought our technician with us here because we obviously want to take your DNA with the least effort possible. So that's why we're using the swabs. And the same goes for, of course, your phone, which you stated is on your person. We don't want to put hands on if we don't have to. And
obviously, I'll give it up.
Like you said, as a law enforcement officer, you're willing to comply. With that being said, after that, we will also have access to your locker. Are your vehicle keys inside your locker?
My vehicle keys are in my vehicle right now.
They're in your vehicle?
Yeah.
So you have a code?
I have a code.
Okay. Would you mind sharing that code with us?
I allow a lawyer to say no to that.
Well, the warrant allows for us to have access to your vehicle.
Yeah, so you bring it. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, I'll give it up to you.
I'll jot it down. Thank you.
I don't even know the number. I know the
Would it help if you drew the keypad?
Yeah.
Do you want to draw the keypad?
Yeah.
I'm the same way, so.
It's I don't know how many buttons are, but it's the top, bottom, left.
The prosecutor said the victims feared the potential repercussions upon discovering they had been talking with a law enforcement officer, as Jaylen did not hide his profession and sent some pictures of himself in his uniform.
The detail he goes into with regard to his sex exploits that he is trying to engage in with young children are just Despicable.
So we'll get that started.
Okay.
And then after that, we know that your employers want to speak with you. Again, we are investigating allegations, so they
Yes.
recognize that. But of course, you know, they have to take their action. We can't speak to that. But of course, they obviously want the opportunity to speak with you. Then of course, we'll process the locker and then process your vehicle.
Okay.
And again, we'll do it systematically and as quickly as we can to alleviate any additional stresses that this already is causing. And then we'll go ahead and go to your home, and we hope to be in and out fairly quickly.
Okay.
Okay.
And guess I'm staying here. I'm not going with you guys or anything like that.
So no, you are not in custody. You are not under arrest. You are not even being detained. That's why you had the right to stop speaking with us at any time. There's no locks on the door. You had the opportunity to leave if you choose to. And like I said, thank you for speaking to us as long as you did. So if you have any questions, we are here. If it's okay with you, I'm just going to grab my lab technician to start that.
Okay, that's fine.
And where's your cell phone on you?
It's on my person right now.
Can we go ahead and grab that from you? Do you have?
So you guys are going to keep my phone?
Yes. Do you have any other, as far as your phone, yes, we airplane mode? Yes, for sure. I don't want to break your phone, and sometimes when we access it without your code, it could, I mean, who knows. So is it possible for us to get your code?
You guys would break my phone?
No, I'm just saying they will get into it like hard-wise, and I don't want to cause any damage to the phone if it's unnecessary.
You don't have my phone. I'd rather say no to that. No, I want a lawyer for this.
Okay.
Jaylen did not make a statement at his sentencing hearing, but his attorney, David Shapiro, asked for a term of just over 9 years. Shapiro asked the court to take into account Jaylen's guilty pleas to all charges filed against him prior to a preliminary hearing or trial, when the victims will be subjected to having to testify in open court.
Mr. Fleer, you understand that you are to have no contact with these 3 people. That means you cannot harass, strike, threaten, assault, or sexually or otherwise, follow, stalk, molest, destroy, or damage personal real property, disturb the peace, keep under surveillance, or block movements of these 3 people.
Get some pictures. So she just takes pictures so we know who the spots are connected to.
Okay, that's fine.
And that's your copy, Jay.
Okay, thank you.
Found it. I can always read that. You want a comb by chance? Just for hair samples, comparison? You got a comb in there. Do we want to do that? This comb? Take a photo of that first. It does have hairs on it though. All the other hairs that are on there.
Come on, Matt.
You only a small one.
The case came to light in April 2020 when San Diego County Crime Stoppers received tips regarding a man who had engaged in sex acts with a juvenile. Investigators were unable to identify the suspect and also determined that there were 2 additional underage victims. The ensuing criminal complaints referenced a 4th victim, with all charged acts occurring between March 27th and April 8th of last year. During the investigation, Jaylen, who had been with the Sheriff's Department for just over 5 years, was removed from a post at San Diego Central Jail and placed on desk duty. He had no on-duty contact with the public after being reassigned. Even though the allegations had nothing to do with Jaylen's duties as a deputy, they were so serious that all peace officer authority was taken away from him. The Sheriff's Department takes allegations of illegal activity by its employees very seriously.
I have never seen a more despicable set of facts as I've seen in this case.